A lot is on the line today between these two teams in the losers bracket as the Cleveland Browns traveled with their surprising win over the Bengals and the Vikings lost to the Steelers back on December 23rd. These two teams meet in the losers bracket. Winner goes on, loser goes home. Could it be RG3 in his surprisingly amazing performance back on Sunday night? Or could the Vikings put a shock to any of the Browns' momentum? Whatever it is, the dog pound will be howling this afternoon. Minnesota, Cleveland, right now.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. Another exciting matchup just moments away now as we join you from First Energy Stadium. And we say Happy New Year's to you. I'm Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. I know your New Year's resolution was to get a new partner in the booth, but voila, you're stuck.
Well, we didn't say what year that resolution was.
That's true.
So there's still time. Let's face it, the colleges have their bowl games this time of year. We have games that are meaningful. Heading towards the playoffs, this is where it's all a bunch of fun.
Thanks for spending your morning with us. Vikings will be in the throwback 2010 jerseys. Browns will be in their color rush jerseys. We're underway in Minnesota.
Here we go on EA Sports. And the return there will be Horton at the 19. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
His stature isn't huge. He's not one of the big, strong-arm guys that you see coming into the league. But his touch, decision-making, ability to make plays, that's why Teddy Bridgewater has a chance to be a top quarterback in the league.
Throws left side. And that ball probably should have been picked off, but instead incomplete. Here's the offense, and when you talk about this offense, you certainly have to talk about all-day AP, Adrian Peterson.
Does not shy away from contact, also has the speed to go the distance. It's a rare combination that you get from one of the great runners of all time in the NFL. 2,000 yards every year is the goal. I never bet against him.
The starters here presented by Gatorade. Gatorade, the sports fuel company. And the hit and stop comes at the 25.
If your day involves blocking Danny Shelton, you better pack lunch and dinner. It's an all-day job.
Third and 5. He'll go with a pass. And the play ends at the 36. So they're able to connect and beat the man coverage.
Nice job between the two of them. One getting downfield, the other one delivering.
So first and 10. Handoff to Peterson. So a nice chunk of yardage there before he's taken down to the ground. 6 yards here to go for the offense on second down. Snap comes back out of the shotgun formation. And he hauls it in. And to the 44-yard line that time.
The offense didn't pick up the first down there, but they're not going to go to the bench discouraged. They feel like they're starting to set the defense up a little bit, looking for the big play as this game progresses.
Us to fourth down. Punt coming up here after the failed third down on attempt. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they're led out by their quarterback, the former Baylor Bear. It's RG3.
And at his best, Robert Griffin III can be almost mesmerizing to watch. Not just for us as fans, but also for defenses. And he can really carve them up with his arm and his legs. If he puts it all together, look out. You got a long game ahead of you.
And he is tackled. Hardly anything there.
Markevius Kiki Mingo is one of those versatile outside linebackers who can rush the passer as a defensive end, yet drop into coverage.
Second down, 9 yards to go. QD drops and now hands it off. It's the draw. Tackle made by Smith.
Defender, your key on the draw play is the offensive line. Figuring out how they're setting up and trying to read it to prevent the play from happening.
And on first down. Shotgun formation. Sideline toss. And the connection not made. Incomplete pass. And if quarter number one is any indication, points may be at a premium here today. It's a defensive smash-mouth battle. Quarter two is coming up. Back now, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and this crowd hasn't had a whole lot of offense to cheer for today. These two defenses have really showed up. So 2nd and 10 here. Here's Crowell this time. And the safety stop there by Harrison Smith.
Textbook defense. Nowhere to go for the runner. They get there. They make the tackle. Play over.
Third down and 8. And he's going to be brought down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Defense does their job. They get the big sack on third, and now the punting unit on. Taken down just shy of the first down marker. And on first down, handoff to Peterson. In search of running room on the left.
That's a fine job by the defense, limiting the offense and putting them in a tougher situation.
So it's 2nd and 8. Here's a run with AP. The tackle made at the 39-yard line.
Brandon, it appears that this offense is just trying to get into a groove by establishing their running game. Small gains as they try to accumulate the yardage that they hope will pay off throughout the game.
And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on third down. Handoff to Peterson. Taken to the ground, but not before a good pickup for the offense.
Everyone's looking for the big runs, the explosive runs, the 20 to 30-yard plays. But anytime you're picking up good yardage and setting yourself up on down and distance, offenses love that too.
And the defense coming out this time in the nickel. Tries the right side. And there's a stop by Mingo. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders, is exactly what happened on that play.
Getting set on first down. They'll operate from the gun. Nearly picked off, but he dropped it.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Offense looking to avoid a third and long. It's 2nd and 10. Takes a snap out of the gun. Throws the deep ball. And that one almost taken away by the defense, but it falls innocently to the ground.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
He'll operate from the gun. And it is caught. And the Vikings are in for the touchdown. That's one of those touchdown tosses where if it's an inch to the right or left, it's not a touchdown. He had to put it right on the money.
Yeah, and how did he do that? Everything around him, everything swirling, all the coverage downfield. Somehow he spotted the opening and put it right there.
And now for the point after. And he adds the point after. And we are teed up and ready to go. And in the end zone, he'll take it, and he won't return it. So the offense has it 1st and 10. The snap from the gun. Slings it left side, and it's thrown incomplete.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
Second and 10. The snap from the gun. And he's able to bring it in. And a good chunk of yardage is gained on the play. And the offensive side, they're going to stop the game with the timeout.
Brandon, that was a good completion there. He ran to his zone early on, and he found a hole in the defense.
So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Tackled by Xavier Rhodes. And a timeout on the field. This time it's the offense calling it. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. Catches the snap out of the gun. Tries the deep ball. The Browns are in the end zone. Touchdown.
Okay, that's what some might simply call a gift. If the quarterback hadn't been able to make that pass to that wide open player, he would have had some explaining to do on the sidelines.
And they're just going to go for one here. And he splits the uprights for the PAT. And the kicker is set. We're just about ready. And the return goes to the 26-yard line that time. Empty set here. Quarterback all by himself. Little motion now from the tight end. He's barking out some instructions. Shotgun snap here. Pass is short. Left it short. It's incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. And it's a handoff. Running up the middle. Tackled by Paul Kruger.
Terrific play there, Brandon. Got him off balance, got him set up, and juked him and made a great move.
And if they want to keep this drive alive, they'll need 8 yards here on third down. They'll try the ground game. And a good chunk of yardage there. After 2 quarters of play, points at a premium. Low-scoring defensive battles what we've seen, and we'll find out if the second half has anything different in store after this timeout. Getting set for half number 2. Let's take a quick look at the numbers from the first half. Everyone getting lined up, and it looks like we are just about set to rock. And here we go with the start of the third quarter. Welcome back here on EA Sports. And this return will go right around the 30. And the offense lining up first and 10. Handoff, Isaiah Crowell. And able to pick up some good yardage.
And many use the running game like boxers do. Body blow after body blow after body blow. You may not get what you want early, but those add up, and by the fourth quarter, you can break a big one.
Four yards remaining now on second down. Here's Crowell this time. And the tackle there by Sendejo. Nice job on the ground there, and the sticks will move.
And he should be patting his offensive lineman on the back right now. They created a nice space for him to run through.
And on first down, breaks the tackle.
Brandon, every game we do, we always ask if everyone's healthy and 100%. You know no one's 100% once the whistle blows. Everyone's going to get a few bumps and bruises as the game goes along.
Second down and 8. The give to the back. Running left side. Brought down by Mutterland.
These are not the runs that you worry about early in the game. These are runs that you're establishing now for later in the game, trying to wear a defense down and create holes that you'll exploit later.
So third down, just 1 yard to go. Unable to hit the mark, and it drops down incomplete.
Whether you deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
So the offense unable to convert through the air, and now the special teams unit and the punter takes the field. First and 10. Here's a run with AP. And Kruger brings him down.
As this game continues, the offensive line has to do a better job of creating space for the running back.
Second down and 8. Handoff to Peterson. So he's finally brought down, but not before a really good game.
Brandon, that's a body blow type of a run. The type of run that if you keep getting them and accumulating them throughout the game, that'll really wear a defense down as we get to the fourth quarter.
Third and 4. From the gun. And he brings it in for the catch. Tackle made by Joe Hayden. Simple slant route, and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
And on first down, shotgun formation. Down he goes, sacked.
Was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big time sack.
Long ways to go on second down. Here's a run with AP. And he's hit right away. Third quarter over, and we are all even in a low-scoring game. Which side can separate? Quarter 4 should tell us after this. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
I should have known this is going to be a living tank bowl.
Back live now in a low-scoring affair. This has been a battle on the defensive side of the football. And a ways to go here on third down. Shotgun snap. Long pass by Bridgewater. And that ball probably should have been picked off, but instead incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Secondary did their job. They hold up passing completion. Here comes the punt. Williams is going to try and return the punt. And he has 10 yards. And on first down, from the shotgun. Can't connect that time, incomplete pass.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And on 2nd and 10 now. This time a handoff. And a really nice game.
Ah, yes, this is where the expression staying ahead of the chains comes into play. Good runs like that one set you up well for third down.
Third and 3. And it's complete. And bringing him down, Terrence Newman.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Handoff, Isaiah Crowell. Able to dance around for some yards.
Going to OT might be likely.
And at this stage in the game, every play is magnified here as we get down to the nitty-gritty. Get some yards, not a whole lot there.
Screw it. Taking control of the Browns. Taking control of the Browns. We got 2:22 left. Nobody's scored more than 10 points today. And counting. RG3 talking in the huddle with his O-line and receivers. 3rd down and 6. It's been quite a while. Likelihood of going to overtime is quite strong. We have finally hit the 2-minute warning here in Cleveland. Vikings and Browns are tied. Vikings were heavy favorites, and the Browns mastered the art of the upset back in December on that Sunday night against Cincinnati. The Browns have been terrible on 3rd down conversions today. As you see, we are in a dime look. RG3 in the gun. Fires it to the left, and it's incomplete. 4th down.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good
That
when you
was
slow down an offense.
incomplete. Fucking him going for it.
So a long
Coons going for a fake field goal here. Maybe no McCown going for a run, but he gets stripped. At the 42. That worked. That worked very well for Cleveland. Not. Just like everything else this team does. Looks like the Vikings may or may not be playing for overtime here against Minnesota, who lost against Pittsburgh on that early game Sunday afternoon. Bridgewater going to go to the right. And totally blitz Adrian Peterson out. Now, by that I mean just totally throw him out of the freaking game.
You may not have picked up a first down there, but you keep chipping away at it. Eventually, big plays may result.
Glad you guys can spend your morning with your Friday morning with us in this one Friday morning battle between the Minnesota Vikings and Cleveland Browns, and a game that's been, well, hotly contested in terms on defense. I mean, neither team has scored higher than 10 points. Minute 46. Looks like both the teams may be playing for overtime, most likely.
And the defense comes out of the dime.
2nd down and 3. Peterson brought down immediately. For a loss of 3, they continue to huddle the ball.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Bridgewater pumps it deep. Hayden tips it. Incomplete. 4th down. You see Bridgewater's stats, 8 of 14 today. When you got the battle of the young quarterbacks, situations like this have got to raise a lot of stress, especially if you're Terry Bridgewater or Robert Griffin III. Especially with a coach like Hugh Jackson. And the Vikings are going to punt this one. Williams will get the ball. They're going to pin the Browns at the 29-yard line. One minute 25 in the game.
And a nickel back on the field for the D.
I should have turned on shoe clock, but okay. Short pass to Barnage. It's Barnage getting the completion for the first down at the 42.
The offense back to the line after the completion for a first. And now they're in the hurry up.
Minute 7.
Looks like the quarterback wants to
RG3 drops back. Fires it to Barnage. Incomplete. In a word, we need a Cleveland miracle right now, especially for the Browns. Tied up. This is the same situation against the Colts that the Browns were in. That was the same situation in that game that was supposed to be the first test on the capture card, but apparently my capture card doesn't like PS3 games, so we'll just go with that.
Pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. That is the fourth quarter.
59 seconds. The quarter winds down. RG3 needs to play this ball sideline to sideline right now. When he completes a pass, he better be quick. It's caught by Lewis, who gets brought down for the first as Minnesota calls a timeout.
timeout, the defense back out onto the field.
Defense back out.
For all you young quarterbacks out there, zone coverage was red on that play. They immediately
Looks like both the teams may be playing for overtime here with 53 seconds. The fact that this has been the lowest scoring game where both teams didn't score above 10 points since the Broncos and Vikings back in November a couple years ago. Quick coverage there on Isaiah Crowell. Second down and 9.
So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action.
The defense did a good job containing the run there and holding them to a short gain.
This has potential for a walk-off win here. Something of biblical proportions for the Cleveland Browns.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
One aggressive. Griffin takes the snap to Crowell. Crowell this time still on his feet, spins through and gets a gain of 4 as we got a bit of altercation here between linemen. That settles down.
And we're back, so the defense got a bit of a blow, and now Reddy's here for the next play.
As a defender,
third down and 5.
But when you still feel him wriggling around and working and trying to get additional yardage, that drives you crazy over time because what you want is just a clean tackle.
Browns have been terrible on third down conversions today, converting only 1 for 4. Griffin has 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left, 1 man behind him in the backfield. Looks like he's going to be letting the play clock run out, which, by the way, I would like to remind you that next Wednesday you can see the Houston Texans take on the Kansas City Chiefs. In the losers bracket, and Friday night you'll see the first game of the winners bracket quarterfinal round.
Takes a snap out of the gun.
Against the Steelers and Chargers. Griffin goes for a run. By the way,
and just a 1-yard gain there.
The Chargers and Steelers game will be Friday night at 7. The Texans and Chiefs game will be at 11 a.m. on Wednesday.
And on here is the punting unit.
They're going to punt the ball in the air this time. Lee is going to put this one in the air. And the return is dropped. The Browns have it. Whoa. Great kick by Lee. And it put the Browns in deep field position right here. Nobody was there on special teams. It was almost like one of those standoffs in movies. You just see the Cleveland Browns most likely will be playing for overtime here, as they have taken advantage of a huge, possibly game-losing mistake by Cleveland.
From the 8. Three-step drop.
As Crowell brings it in for a loss of 9.
And after seeing that play develop, the quarterback probably wishes his receiver probably just would have dropped it.
Yeah, Brandon, you're right. One of the few times that a quarterback wouldn't mind having his completion percentage hurt.
Definitely playing for overtime, it looks like. The Browns win, they will have a road game against either Kansas or Houston just a few weeks from now. The clock continues to run.
So second and goal here from the 9. Handoff Isaiah
Crowell still on his feet, gets brought down for a loss of 2 that time. The clock continues to tick down.
And here the offense is going to burn a timeout.
The Browns are finally taking their first timeout. They have 2 more after this. 13 seconds. If you're Hugh Jackson, what do you do? Do you go for it here? Try to go for 3?
Chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play.
Or do you just send it and hope it sticks?
And this defense looks for one more stop here.
The Vikings are going to need to bring some of that purple people eater magic for them to hold the Browns and possibly bring them to overtime. Johnson gets brought down at the 6, and that's going to end the half. And end regulation. This will be the second game in this tournament to have an overtime period.
And we got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout.
As we finally go to overtime, it's probably lunchtime out where it is in Cleveland right now.
In overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down,
overtime has begun.
The other team gets a possession.
Met at the center of the field for the coin toss. Stephon Diggs
if both teams kick field goals,
talking with one of their linemen.
Wins. But if the receiving team throws
the
a pick six,
Vikings, Browns have won the toss.
The game is over at that point.
Then they have elected to receive. Folks, if you're in Cleveland, you are going to need a huge miracle here. Blair Walsh is going to kick this one off.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime.
And he's going to get brought down. He's at the 30. And there's a flag on the play to kick off overtime. The Vikings have a lot on their line with a loss against one victory against the Broncos and a loss against the Steelers. And they need to bring some of that purple people eater magic. They need a miracle. If I can be blunt, they need a miracle. The Browns with 2 receivers on each side. A win here and a connected pass could very well spell the end of the road for the Vikings. Griffin drops back, hustles to the right, throws it deep, and it's incomplete.
Incomplete pass as the secondary is able to hold strong.
Secondary held on that time.
In the right place, just out of reach.
Whoa. It's like we're going to probably be going big here. Here we go.
Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Second down. This is the second overtime game. Each of the overtime games have ended in an upset.
Moves out of the pocket.
Griffin goes for the deep ball, and it's intercepted. Newman goes the other way. Barnage brings him down at the 39.
Nice interception by the defense on a poor pass. the offense has to
Terrible
shake that
pass.
off and come back
He
ready to
went
go in
for
the
it
next
all.
series.
The Browns are going to have to shake this one off here. Is that nearly... He threw that into double coverage. Could have really ended badly for the Browns right there if he was able to get to it.
And on first down,
Browns are bringing the kitchen sink. 26 seconds left. Peterson to the left. Williams strips him at the first, right at midfield.
and that carry will earn them the first down.
A little bit of leverage there. The low man won and the point of attack with the offensive lineman creating space for the runner.
Wow.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Hayden to the right. Several receivers deep. Peterson gets brought down for a gain of 3 that time. If neither team scores on this drive, whether that be field goal or not, this game will end in a tie. If that is the case, there will be a case where this game ends in a tie or does not go to a second OT pyramid. Bridgewater with the gun, incomplete.
Almost taken away by the defense, but it falls innocently to the ground.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way.
Damn it. Hang on. Ignore this.
He dropped an interception. The key for
3:15 left.
Just move on to the next play.
In the quarter. The overtime period. Bridgewater. You guys need a huge miracle here. Bridgewater to the flat. Does not convert. 4th and 5 for the Vikings.
But offensive coaches will tell their receivers, you've got to know where the sticks are. Run your routes deep enough in order for us to pick that up.
Whoa. Stressful times if you're a Viking fan or a Brown fan. The Browns are going to be punting this one away. Lockheed is going to send this one to Williams. If Williams is able to return this game is over. Williams up to take the punt. And he gets brought down quickly at the 26.
Now that'll warm the heart of the special teams coach of the covering team. They got downfield in a hurry and smothered the punt returner.
These Browns are going to be going big. They want to put this game out of reach for Minnesota. It's time for somebody to be a hero. He's able to beat coverage. Oh, God, incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time?
Long overtime period for Cleveland has just gotten longer today at First Energy Stadium as the snow continues to pile up in Ohio and outside my apartment.
Second down following the incompletion.
It's been a defensive battle pretty much all game. Breaks the coverage. Uses his feet. Caught for the first.
Huge chunk of yardage. took a big shot, and it paid off.
They're going to need to rip some big holes in the Minnesota defense. RG3 quickly to the line. 2-minute warning. Gary Barnage in today's game. Right now, Gary, might be time for anybody on this team to be a hero.
Scrambling.
Dumps it off late, and it is hauled and complete. Whoa!
Pretty nice coverage there, but missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism.
If this game were to go to a draw, there will be a matchup later tonight. To decide the winner of this one. Neither of these teams want to give in.
So the incomplete pass
1:53 in the game. Griffin has two receivers on both sides. Crowell is to his right. Crowell breaks coverage, and it is incomplete.
Almost taken away by the defense, but it falls innocently to the ground.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
So it's second down incompletion.
Griffin wants something big. Hugh Jackson wants something big. The entire city of Cleveland. Let me tell you what. These guys need a miracle.
And the QB's calling something out.
Griffin calls instructions. Goes to his right.
Trying to buy some time here.
Fires it deep. Incomplete.
Should have been picked off, but instead incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing.
They're going to go for it.
So they're going to try
Browns are in a wide trip offset. They're going to be going big.
And a nickel back on the field for the D. Time running out here on the play clock.
Griffin takes a quick snap. Rolls to his right. Incomplete, and it's a turnover.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism.
Oh, boy. The plot thickens in Cleveland. Time to bring the kitchen sink.
And on first down.
The Browns with two receivers to his right. Bridgewater hustles and gets brought down for a gain of 2. Going no huddle. Bridgewater overthrows, incomplete. They're going to be holding it here, and they're going to be bringing the house.
So a 3rd and 8. The tight end changing his position.
Their tight end goes in motion.
The snap from the gun.
Ryan. Look. Bridgewater to the sideline. Incomplete.
So after the incompletion, special
Browns are going to try to block it. Locke puts it in the air. It's a successful punt. Williams picks it up. Falls out of bounds at the 27. Minute 12. It is time to go for it. Go big. If you're Cleveland right now, go big.
And on first down, catches the snap out of a gun. He's going to have to scramble.
Grant Griffin scrambles, and he gets brought down for a loss of 4.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Damn it. The clock continues to tick.
Get to the line.
We go back to the line.
Shotgun snap here. Looks to the sideline.
Hawkins gets the catch.
Couldn't fit it in the small window, and it drops in.
Incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They tried their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what
the tension and drama continue to build. Griffin pops back. Can he beat his man? Deep, incomplete.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
Oh, boy. We're not punting. Fuck that.
And instead of punting, they're going to elect to
Browns have been terrible on fourth down conversions. They have not had any luck at all.
Formation here for the defense.
Griffin takes the snap. Dumps it over his man. Incomplete.
Tremendous coverage.
Games like this where both teams never want to give in. Oh, this is entertainment for the ages right here.
And the offense starting from a great spot here.
Vikings are in a great position. This could spell doom for Cleveland.
Getting set on first down. They'll try the handoff. Tackle by Paul Kruger.
Second down and 7. Here in overtime.
Brandon, it appears that this offense is just trying to get into a groove by establishing their running game.
They're going to go for a field goal. Neither teams have scored on their drives. So this means that this kick will decide it. Walsh puts it up. And the kick is in.
Nothing but confidence there. Just strolled out there and knocked it through the post. An easy 3.
And this might be it for Cleveland. It is. Wait.
One of those games here today where you hate to see
it's over.
But there has to be a loser, has to be a winner.
And Indianapolis Miracle. The Vikings live on, and they will be on the road against either Houston or Kansas City in a long, overtime, drawn-out boxing match.
That one hurts.
Blair Walsh came through as the hero today in overtime with a 36-yard field goal attempt that was successful. Hugh Jackson walking away in heartbreak and frustration.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gunn. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Great battle in the morning. Looked like Cleveland was going to have the day, but Minnesota had other plans. Final score, Minnesota Vikings 10. Cleveland Browns 7. Again, the next 2 games that are coming up will be the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. And the San Diego Chargers and Pittsburgh Steelers. The latter game will be a Friday night game. And the earlier game will be a Wednesday battle. Here's a preview of the uniforms both teams will wear. The Texans will be donning their road whites. For this game. Sorry, the Chiefs will be donning their road whites. The Texans will be donning their color rush jerseys for the second time. And the Chargers will take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers will also wear their road whites for their first road game, as the Chargers will be in their baby blue unis on Friday night. And January 13th, we will have the Broncos and Raiders. You can see the uniform preview here. The Broncos will wear their plain home jerseys. And the Colts and Seahawks will be towards the end of the month, about a couple days after the winner of the Broncos traveling to either the Patriots or the Giants. Either the Broncos and Raiders will travel to Foxborough. That will be 2 days before this game. Seahawks will be donning their, most likely one of their white jerseys. The Colts will be going for their all-blue look. While the Seahawks will be going all white.